How often are you talking with someone and you just want them to get it? Like whatever it is you have on your mind, whether it's how upset you are or how they should be, how they should change, or if they only got this information, then everything would get easier. I remember I used to spend a lot of time arguing with my mother-in-law in my head. Like there would be something that she said, and days later I would be, in my head running over what I could have said. And it all came from, if I could just get her to get it, then life would be easier. And my husband and I would talk about this, like if only she would be this way or that way, or change in some way, then we'd have more ease and things would be fine. So, how often are you trying to get them to get it, to change how they are, to change who they're being? Well, what if it's not about trying to get them to get it? What if it's actually who you're choosing to be in the moment and how you're choosing to be in the moment that can create something different? One time, I can't remember if I've said this on a video before or not, but my mother-in-law got really mad all of a sudden about, like that she felt ignored in a conversation that my son and I were having at the dinner table. And she was someone who would just blow up sometimes, and she did. And I had luckily learned these access consciousness tools. And so instead of going to that, if only she'd get it, how, like, what is it she's not getting here? And why does she have to be this way? Instead of going to that, which, never actually created any happiness, joy, or ease in my life. Instead, I just went to interesting point of view. That tool that's it is just an interesting point of view. So in my head, I was like, wow, that's really interesting that she's choosing this. And there was no fight in my universe. There was nothing like, if you think of it, like she's like pushing all this energy at me of how wrong. And actually she was directing it at my son, who was like 7, like how wrong we are. There was just nothing. And she wound down in 30 seconds. Whereas when I go to that space of, if only she'd get it, if only she'd change, I can't believe she's being this way. That could go on for a really long time, including days and days of my husband and I talking through different ways we could handle her, or just in my own head, running it over again and again. What could I have done different? So, what if it's that easy, that it's you in that moment choosing to be space, a different space than the fight, a different space than the conflict, that allows the whole thing to have less charge, less energy. And from that space, you could actually, to see what's possible. Oh, there's a different way to handle this. There's a different way to go about this than what I've always done, that came from that, gut reaction to, if only they would get it, if only they'd be different. And it's way easier and way more fun, and it works.